Dun, 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 dun.
Hi, I'm Tom Stone, and I'm here on this beautiful summer morning in Rolla. It's a high of 80, the trees are in full bloom, it is definitely not snowing, and you might be asking yourself, Tom, why aren't you out enjoying this beautiful day? Why aren't you flying a kite or swimming? Well, I'm here to share with you the wonderful people of Rolla, the brand new Rolla Water Treatment Facility. It's fully operational, high technological, and hopefully will be around for years and years to serve the nice people of Rolla. Years and years to come. Oh God! What's that? Oh no, it's a sinkhole! Oh no! I'm going down! Jimmy! It's been Tom Stone with Channel...
Good morning, everyone. My name is Oliver Baughman, O-L-I-V-E-R-B-A-U-G-H-A-N. I would like to cover a quick briefing this morning, and I'd like to thank you all for coming. However, please hold all questions until after the statement. At 12 p.m. Saturday, July 17th, a sinkhole formed under the Rolla wastewater treatment plant. This created a rupture, causing a release of chlorine gas which escaped into the community. Two other breaches within the facility were later identified. A lime powder bin and a hydrochloric acid tank were ruptured. The facility was shut down, and the trained professionals of LOTO emergency response team were quickly dispatched to the scene to contain the leaks, while local law enforcement evacuated the local population. As seen in the map behind me, these were the regions in which police intervened and helped to isolate. The green area being the Incident Command Center, and the three ranges given by concentration of the dangers. The red, also known as the hot zone, warm, and cold zone. The release of chlorine gas was quickly contained, first to protect the public, and then after the chlorine gas was contained, the lime and hydrochloric acid leaks were isolated and stopped. The emergency was concluded at 1 p.m. Saturday, July 17th. Water to the surrounding areas of Rolla will be shut down temporarily. I will now take any questions you may have.
How long will the water be shut off?
At this point in time, we do not know. I'd like to direct all questions related to water to Police Chief Wiggum.
Have there been any fatalities or injuries reported yet?
As far as we know, we have already lost 2 individuals. An official count, however, has not been released.
Where is this in relation to the high school?
It was right next to the high school.
What about the children?
Luckily, being a Saturday and being in summer, all the children and faculty within the facility were absent. Without any further questions, I'd like to turn over the briefing to Police Chief Wiggum.
Thank you. Our first concern was the safety of the public. And as the gentleman just addressed, we had cordoned off a certain section of the city for your immediate safety. It included Country Road 3010 in the east and roughly Forum in the west. It was next to the high school, but didn't pose any risks because school was out. The only immediate health concerns we had, besides being directly at the site, were within the yellow region. Within that region, you will have acute health symptoms. And I'm not going to talk about that. The science officer will. I'm not a medical doctor, just the police chief. We wanted to issue a warning not to drink the tap water.
What will happen if someone drinks the water?
If someone drinks the water, well, at this point in time, I don't feel confident in saying what will happen, either acute or chronic. There's a volatile mixture of chemicals that could be in the water, but not necessarily are in the water. I'll leave that up to the science officer, however. If you have your own private source of water, such as a well, then you should be fine. I want to stress that no one else within the city of Rolla is in immediate danger from the incident. We are working closely with Team LOTO to try to bring closure to this situation. Currently, the police investigation sits that at noon the natural phenomenon, the sinkhole collapsing, occurred, and the investigation is ongoing as to whether there was any criminal negligence from building a facility on top of karst geology. But my advice is that there is no criminal negligence. And yeah, questions?
When will water be available again in the area?
Availability of water will depend upon how quickly the personnel working to clean up the wastewater treatment facility can clean up the water table, as well as bring up another facility. Probably not within the next couple of days. We will bring in fresh water, though, drinking water.
Well, how are citizens supposed to get access to this water, and where are they supposed to get it from?
I'm not in charge of the logistics at this point in time. I wouldn't feel confident saying just how that is going to go down. I will be able to direct you to someone who can give you that information and relay that to the public. Any further questions? Okay, well, with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to the science officer for Team LOTO.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I am Brian Schultz, BRIANSCHULTZ. I am the science officer associated with Team LOTO, a group of highly trained volunteer hazmat responders who responded to the incident today. Today, a sinkhole at the Rolla Municipal Water Treatment Facility occurred, resulting in a chlorine leak. The area around the facility and downwind, as shown in the figure, were evacuated, as described by Police Chief Wiggum. The chlorine leak has been promptly contained, and the situation is now in the final stages of cleanup. Chlorine gas is a greenish yellow gas and will have a pungent odor to it. The symptoms of exposure are as follows: a rapid heart rate and high blood pressure, followed by low blood pressure and cardiovascular collapse. Also, fluid in the lungs or pneumonia-like symptoms may occur. Stinging or burning in the eyes, nose, throat, chest following exposure are possible. Coughing with blood septum, a feeling of suffocation, dizziness, agitation, anxiety, nausea, and vomiting may also occur. If skin contact happens, the result may be sweating, pain, irritation, and blisters. If you believe you have been exposed to the chlorine gas that was released today, please seek medical attention immediately at the Rolla Municipal Medical Center. The chlorine gas leak is now contained and the surrounding area will be safe within the hour. All chemicals at the facility are safely contained and are in the being cleaned up by highly trained personnel, and will be within the next coming days returning back to normal operations. Questions?
How's this going to affect the environment?
Due to the short time frame and the amount in beautiful weather that we've had, the impact upon the environment will be minimal. And is now, and any possible contamination of the environment is now being taken care of by the group that will be taking over for LOTO, which both groups are a highly trained group of individuals that will respond to hazardous material incidents.
So how are the canisters taken care of?
The canisters were initially attempted to have them, they were to be patched and capped. When that failed, we had maneuvered them into the water to have them contained and to have the system diluted to prevent any contaminants getting out of the facility further and to provide safety for the public. This was all done by highly trained hazmat volunteer responders.
What do you do with that water?
The water right now, in its contained state, safely contained state, inside the tanks in the facility, will be cleaned out by highly trained personnel now in the cleanup stages.
What would that happen if the wind were to suddenly change direction? It's not due east as you predicted in your model.
This model, we set it up to provide a excellent air window so that the entire area that might be affected due to changes in the wind were taken into consideration. The people were safely evacuated, and LOTO was able to respond in a highly efficient manner. With no further questions, I will turn this over to Penny Isabel Owens, the PIO officer with Team LOTO, a group of highly trained individuals. Thank you.
I am Penny Isabel Owens, PIO. At this time, I would like to thank you for attending the press conference. If you or anyone you know feels a stinging or burning in your eyes, nose, throat, or chest, or if you start feeling anxious or nauseous, please go to the nearest hospital. They are well aware of the situation and are prepared to help. I would also like to thank the Rolla Police Department and Team LOTO for their quick response in mitigating the situation. If you have any further questions, please contact your local police.
If you visit American City, you will find it very pretty. Just two things of which you must beware. Don't drink the water and don't breathe the air.